Good morning, friends. Today we have 15-4. 15-4, which would be 879, 880. The focus of the lesson is just exclusively on cubes. Now, if you remember back to the beginning of this unit, there were some vocabulary flashcards to talk about some of the definitions. Some of these, basically, I'll flip them back. Cube. What is the definition of a cube? A cube is a solid figure with 6 faces that are matching squares. So all the faces are squares. And then when you look here, faces are a flat surface of a solid. That catches you up on definitions of key items. So it says here, decide if the shape is a cube. First, put your name on it. Hopefully you've already done that. Draw a line. It says cube or not a cube. You're taking a look. Is it a cube or not a cube? Again, this is not 3D, 2D. This is just cube. You gotta identify if the cube has square faces, 6 of them total. Great. It says trace this. This is going to be on your test. So using these dots, you have to draw a cube. So if you look here, how they did it. Trace over that, and it says how many faces can you see? Well, how many can you see? You got to count how many you can see. We just talked about how many total faces it has, just how many faces you can see. Down here it says how many vertices do all these two cubes have? Again, vertices, and my recommendation is to go find a cube like a dice, or find a cube in a classroom, count them. Come see me if you can't find a cube. You should be able to. So you got to add vertices versus vertices. Vertices are those fancy word for the corners where two of the edges are called in a 3D shape. Edge, where 2 of them come together. So you have to add 2 cubes worth of vertices, which is essentially a fancy word in a 3D shape for a corner. How many corners do they have? Called vertices. And how many faces do the cubes have in all? Faces is the flat part. Again, you're going to need a cube. So if you need a cube, come see me. I've got 3D shapes in the math tub. So add the faces together. So cube, I found one for you. I'll put them over on the measurement table. Count those vertices, which are those 2 edges come together. And then the faces you can count as well. Add them together. So I'll put those over on the measurement table. Flip it on the back. Taking a look at the back. It says, use what you know about cubes to solve each problem. Again, you have cubes, so here's a cube right there to use. I'll put them over on the table. It says, Scott is holding a solid figure with 6 equal faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. Scott says the figure is a cube. Kermit says the figure is a square. Who's correct? So you got to explain if it's a cube or if it's a square, and why. Who's correct, either Carmen or Scott? One of the two. So when you hear faces, edges, and vertices, you're thinking what, 2D shapes or 3D shapes? Over here, a little vocabulary review. It says, circle the vocabulary that completes the sentence. A cube has 6 vertices, 6 faces, 6 edges. Again, use those cubes. Faces, the flat part of the shape. Flat surface of a solid that does not roll. Use a place value 1's cube or another solid cube, which is your cube right here on the table. Look at the cube as you turn it. Turn the cube in any direction. What is the greatest number of faces you can see at one time? So again, you're trying to look at it different directions. What's the most amount of faces you can see at one time? And you got to take this off and just look at one of them. Explain how many faces you can see at one time. And then last but not least, it says complete the sentences about a cube. A cube is a solid. A cube has blank equal faces, blank vertices, and blank edges. So again, let's go through here. This is the flat surfaces. Vertices are the fancy word for corners. And edges are essentially the sides, but they're the flat part that connects 2 vertices. Any questions, come see me.